For history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Lo, then the internet made us smart, now know everything do we. Thus we share with thee these trifleries, till nobody learns a thing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bottom of the Barrel. It is a absolute treat this week to be back with you all. I am TV's Jay Hickman. I'm here tonight with, as always, our old friends Kyle Jones and John Swasey. And
hello.
Hey, we have a special guest as well. We'll introduce momentarily. Tonight we're going to talk about, this is something we visited on a little bit before. In the season 1, we did an episode on the ins and outs and secrets of advertising. And tonight we're going to hit on that a little bit again with a special focus on kind of the graphic element of advertising and logos and what makes it work and what makes it doesn't work and what sucks you in and all that stuff. So
we should point out real quick, Jay, this is not a part 2 of the advertising podcast.
No. Right.
It's its own beast.
Yeah,
its own
so important to point that out.
thing.
Wink.
It was.
Yes, and there was John with his first interruption.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Many more of those to come, folks. Don't you worry.
This will be a theme through tonight, our secondary theme after kind of logos and things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how often we can derail ourselves. With that, Kyle, I would give you the honor of introducing our very special guest.
It is my honor indeed. And so in 1998, I got married in Austin, Texas. 2 weeks before that, I got laid off from my job as a copywriter at an ad agency. And after a summer of hunting, I found a new job at an agency as a copywriter in Houston. And it was there that I met some lifelong friends, still friends with these guys, and one of which is our guest tonight. So he's my advertising partner for a long time at several different agencies. So I want you to meet my good buddy, my longtime advertising work wife partner, fellow Texas Longhorn, a Texas music connoisseur, the tall, the dark, the handsome Ecuadorian, Eric Opella.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Man, Kyle, that was a great introduction. I was a little verklempt. I thought we were getting another Opella. I didn't know it was the Eric Opella.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was not
you don't
Chad
want
Opella. I thought it was Bob Opella from accounting, and I didn't know. I didn't know. But
I apologize to you, John.
One is plenty.
So
I think he's the good one.
We, John and I, have also benefited from knowing one Eric Opella for
Indeed.
less long than Kyle Jones, but quite long enough, I assure you. But yeah, Eric is a delight and a good friend to all, and knows the shit out of graphic design and telling a story through images. And so I wanted to visit on that a little bit tonight. And all this was born of a couple months ago. I was out to lunch with my family. We were at a restaurant that will be revealed soon, and I saw like on the placemat is a fast food place. On the placemat was a logo that I had a new version that featured their mascot, and I was like, "What is going on?" And my son was like, "Why does it look like that?" And it was really poorly done. And so I was like, "This would be worthy of conversation." So I'd love to spend some time with Eric and Kyle, kind of talking about what makes it work well.
I'm right here, Jay.
I would like for Eric and Kyle to lead the conversation.
Dave, can you shut off his mic?
John and I will contribute to later, secondarily. My God, it's like, Eric, there's so much hand-holding with John Swasey. This is thematic.
Quite soft and supple.
Yeah,
It's not my hand.
I mean, that's why people volunteer to hold his hand.
Yeah, we all benefit from it. I'm just saying there's a lot of hand-holding.
The lotion.
For multiple reasons. So yes, but I would like Eric and Kyle to lead the conversation on what makes it all tick. Why does it matter? And what does it take to deliver a good brand message, graphically speaking?
Well, I'd like to just to get the kind of basics thrown out there. So in the advertising creative world, you kind of wind up in teams of two. You've got a copywriter and an art director. And we have worked in that capacity for, years. Well over a decade, but broken up into different stints at different places and different ways, freelance and all that kind of stuff. So I'm on the copywriting side.
As women?
We have.
Whenever possible.
Well,
It's true.
I learned about this duo, this teaming up in the advertising world from Bosom Buddies. And Roger Scalera and Tom Hanks, they were copywriter and graphic artist, and they dressed up as women to get a job. Have you and Eric ever done such a thing?
We presumed that was how it was throughout the world of advertising.
Right. I just assumed,
sure. Well, there's no other way in.
Right. Okay. Just so if I were applying for a job in the advertising world, I would
don't bother. Put on a dress.
Forget your book. Just just do what Christy Noem's husband does, and just put a couple of balloons up there, and you're good.
There you go.
This is smart.
I'm curious about the process that you two established together in this partnership. Is it semi-universal, or is it very unique to the two people that find themselves partnered up in terms of kind of the give and the take, and who kind of starts the story like, here's what we want to talk about, see? And,
I think it's kind of like it should be like that universally. That's kind of the way, we went to ad school, and that's kind of how they did it at ad school, was kind of partnering you up and work with, a little bit. But once you get into agency life, they like to pair you up with, whether as an art director, copywriter team. And it's really, you get your project, you get a creative brief from the account team, and then they're like, all right, you have a deadline of tomorrow, go. And
we want to get this across on this medium, and you have this long to do it.
And are the account people really vague? Like, okay, so here's what the client wants. They want to make more money. Ready? Go.
Ooh, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
You have a lot of terrible creative briefs out there where the creative team is kind of left to guess on a a lot of things. So every little piece of the machine
they
has
want
to
the
be
logo
working.
bigger, and they want it to be real lucrative. That's all they told us.
But they don't want it to be imposing.
I have the specific colors I want you to use. Those kinds of things.
But have
too.
your freedom. Do whatever you want, but use these colors.
Your freedom,
But we like this font.
Are there occasions when the images drive the word message, or is it usually the reverse, where
it's kind of
paint a
both
word
that
cloud
and everything?
It kind of works both ways. It just wherever you can get your inspiration from, really. There's a lot of times where you're drawing a blank, and all you're doing is just looking through photography sites online or stock photos or whatever, just to be like, all right, this.
That's
and then you're
called
like,
porn, guys.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, it works.
But anyway,
so that's what counts.
You just kind of come up with your thoughts on that, and then of course, me, I don't write very well. I don't do words good. So working with Kyle,
I would disagree. I think
Kyle
Eric
draws his words. That's
what my dad said to do.
He draws his words.
But he's
I would
a
like
font
to point out
guy.
that
We're
was
going to
not
talk
me
about
that
fonts
interrupted
later.
last time.
Eric.
But I think that. So I like what you're saying in that. And to Jay's question, what comes first? It's like the chicken or the egg. Do the words drive the logo, or does the logo drive the words? But I think it's when you make that connection that then all you have to do is see the logo. You don't have to see.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea behind a logo.
The swoosh for Nike,
you don't have to say Nike
we're going to get into a bunch of them,
golden arches.
I would like to say you all went to school, and I am the proud father of a horn. So that's one of the logos that you see is that hook 'em horn.
Oh, yeah.
Horn, yeah.
Iconic, right?
Which doesn't symbolize anything else in this state.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you will get sued.
When you do, if you can do this. This is not really this isn't the logo.
Correct.
Holding up your hand is not the logo. The logo is what you see with the actual horns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And
it works a little differently with logos as opposed to advertising and branding and all that kind of stuff, because there's not a lot of words with logos. It's really like, okay, this is kind of the feel you want to get from logos. Like you said, John, it's like you want it to be recognizable where someone goes, I get what you're trying to sell me with that logo. I understand what your business is. It needs to be visually interesting to catch their eye, but they also have to know what in the hell you do, from that, because otherwise it's just it's worthless. Or it's
what if you just had what if you just had a logo and never explained anything about it?
People do that.
That happens. People do that, and that's especially now. And you got AI and 99 logos and Canva and all that other crap that people everybody thinks they're an art director now.
I was walking through the airport.
Criminal.
I was walking through the airport in Sacramento yesterday morning at 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning trying to catch a flight. And I saw this store, and the name of the store was one of those things where letters are backwards and, intersecting each other. And I'm like, dude, I could not tell you what the name of the store was. I have no idea.
It's like a metal band. The name of the metal bands these days are so intricate and crazy.
There's
You can't tell
a backward
what the
K
hell's
there
going
somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't rock.
I was in a band one time, and this guy came up. He goes, "We're going to call ourselves Crystal Balls." Like, why? And he goes, "Because we're going to spell it KRYSTLBALZ with 2 dots over the A."
Yeah, that's wow.
But let me just tell you, though, after you smoked a lot of pot, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That is like, oh my God.
Please sink all of your money into that idea.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome.
But one of the benefits of having a partner like Eric, we kind of hit it off, and we could finish each other's. See how tight we are.
Yeah. That was good. Eric, you're on point, babe.
Finish each other off is what he was trying to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In all fairness to Eric, he did say he's not good with words.
Correct.
But we would find, links on different things, and sometimes he's coming up with the words, and sometimes I'm having a visual idea, and we just kind of bandy it back and forth until it's something we like.
Well, even with designing logos and stuff, it's still good to work with a partner who understands the company, your client, well enough to go, okay, well, I don't see what they want to sell and what you're doing. You're like, but it's awesome. And it's like, that doesn't work.
I even snuck a little dick in right here.
Sometimes there's big ones in there.
I was going to say, why do you have to go with a little dick? Why don't you go?
Could you make it more hairy? More furry.
But what are some of your favorite, what are some just logos? Well, we talk logos, not necessarily art direction, but just like marks.
Right.
What are some of your classics?
Some of the classics, is the IBM logo. It says it all right there with the horizontal lines. It's real simple block letters. It's, it's like the screen.
And it says the name.
Of line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But you understand that it's kind of like with computers. It's about computers as well, and that's
the I and the B and the M.
Yeah.
You'd think it's about your daily bowel movement. It's like IBM.
Don't you?
Don't you? Their tag is "Don't you?"
Yeah.
Oh man, they missed the boat on that one.
They could have been so much bigger. They started their own company is maybe what it is. They just they had the logo and should have gone into pharmaceuticals.
Well, it probably was like we started out as a toilet manufacturer and things just weren't really working out. And one day somebody said, "Try this microchip." And it just took off. So they changed, one of those classic, we invented this thing. It's like the guy that wanted to invent the best condom ended up coming up with vulcanized rubber and turned it into a tire company fortune. But it started out as condoms.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you for that.
I'm probably making that up, but I think it's
believable.
You've mentioned it in a
better than 50%
before.
Chance, yeah.
Yeah. And another one of my
maybe the guy just came up with. Oh, sorry.
Is that why they're called rubbers?
Yes,
we have the
yes.
tires. Yeah. Or the
Tires.
boots.
And they keep your feet dry in the rain.
Depends on the size of your feet, I guess.
Well, maybe your big toe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a big toe.
That is a big toe, yeah. What is that, a 7-8-inch toe you got there, buddy?
Good night.
Please, Eric, continue. What other logos are you
the FedEx logo, like the current FedEx logo, because it's so well done because like inside between the E and the X at the end, the negative space creates the arrow.
I love that,
which is really cool. Yeah, I thought that was like super. It's really intelligent.
So, Eric, you've mentioned two examples, IBM and FedEx, that are logos, but their name of the company is in the logo, as opposed to the Nike swoosh or
right.
But something like that.
But it also took forever.
Think is one better than the other?
Well, I think
one method, or
the only reason why Nike is just the swoosh is because it's such a well-established company, because it didn't start as just the swoosh. It had Nike underneath it. And you needed it together with it. And as it got more and more popular, and it just was like, you see the swoosh and it's just like, why not? Don't need to take it out. That says it all. And that happens a lot of times, just like, the golden arches. You see the golden arches.
It said McDonald's for a long time.
It said McDonald's for a long time, but now you see the golden arches. It just has enough brand equity, built up over, decades and decades, that it becomes just easily recognizable.
You don't just start with an asterisk. You have to have the whole barrel with all the legs sticking out, and the buttons.
So that's interesting because the logo, at some point, you want it to tell a story or to kind of evoke feelings about the brand. And at the beginning, it's helpful to have the name as part of the logo because you're not known otherwise. But after a while, you associate that brand with your experience interacting with the product or service. And then every time you see it, they're like, yes, that piece of shit. Or, had a great time there. Would love to go back.
And this is a good example. Nike's a good example of where they kind of have two. They have a phrase, like you can take Nike off it. You can take the swoosh off it and just say, just do it. And people will know what you're talking about as well.
Right.
You can also say loving it, and people know what you're talking about. Like, and if both brands are that well
somebody
known,
were really on point, they would get IBM and Nike to join and go, IBM, just do it.
Wow, we're back to the pharmaceuticals.
You should be at
Eric,
the boardroom.
just so you know, I try to bring us to the bottom of the barrel very quickly.
He's
premature bottom outing is what I call it.
You're a bottom. Okay, I got it.
I'm a bottom. But now I will say, there is one logo I'm thinking of that combines the design with the word is Amazon, because it has the arrow underneath it.
The A to Z.
But if you just saw that arrow without anything, you would know that's Amazon.
Yeah, now it's getting there.
At this point.
Now it's got at this point, for sure.
So
and that arrow.
What is the brand recognition time? Like, what is that time frame that is?
I guess it really depends more on the not necessarily.
Did you just call
maybe
them
the popularity? The popularity, I suppose, or how much run that brand is getting. I mean, if you see it all the time, and it's a very successful company, it kind of repeats and repeats and repeats itself, and it just becomes part of the visual identity. And then you just it's like, all right, well, I can take that away at this point.
Frequency and repetition.
That's it.
And one of the things that that little arrow that you're talking about with Amazon, that goes back to its very beginnings of being it was basically a library, right? It was all books.
Right. It was all about books.
A to Z. It was a library of books in order. And that stinking little arrow is all you really need anymore. Starbucks did the same thing. Remember when they took Starbucks off of the cups, and it was just the lady there.
Yeah. The original Starbucks down there in Seattle at Pike's Place, the sign over the original Starbucks has the original mermaid with nipples.
Yes, that is correct.
They took the nipples off everything else. They're nipple-free globally. But
fine. So no more
right there in
lattes, is
Pike's
that what we're
Place,
saying?
they're nipples about.
Oh.
I'm getting the message.
What's the worst logo you've ever seen?
Oh, Jesus
Man.
Christ.
There's
just
a truck will drive by you tomorrow morning.
Am I asking, what's the worst logo you've ever done?
Oh, my God. I think I just did one. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So,
you want to mention them on air?
Oh, hell no.
This
'Cause I'm
brand
still
new
getting
client,
paid.
they're
I'm still
placing
getting
everything
paid
on
for
me.
it.
Eric,
Yeah.
do you remember the logo stunt that the Gap pulled? We were working
my
together
Yeah.
out in Sugarland at the time when the Gap decided to change their logo, and it was
and
it was
everyone's
going,
they got
"What?"
so much what the hell is
it
this? So
was-
much backlash. Quote
Yeah, because
unquote
they just kind of
backlash.
switched to Helvetica or something. They just kind of changed, and so it got bashed. But it ended up being, it was hard to tell if it was a stunt
Right.
or just
Right.
it was just so bad that they backtracked on it
And just like, oh, sorry.
see, fooled you. Just kidding.
Gotcha.
Well, but that's interesting because it's amazing. And Jay, I don't know if this is the logo you and your son were talking about, but there is a very famous and popular eatery for families, for good old country cooking, that changed their logo recently. And just by removing an element of it, and people were up in arms.
Crazy.
It's like, what the hell, dude? It's just a flipping logo. And it's not, it's not like you fired somebody, it's not, I mean, you just took it off for a bit, it's no big deal.
There's been a wave of that, from Aunt Jemima, Land O'Lakes. There's a whole list
Uncle Ben's
over the past 10 years. Yeah,
but
10 years
that
or so.
was Cracker Barrel race driven?
No, I think it was just the marketing team for Cracker Barrel was like, let's just kind of
that
freshen
no
it up.
longer works for Cracker Barrel.
Right, exactly.
We need to come into the 21st century. But I think that speaks very strongly to the emotional connection that people establish with the brand and seeing a picture and having it remind them of something, particularly with Cracker Barrel and nostalgia. Like they've been around for a zillion years. And so you went there as a kid, and now you're taking your kids, and you want them to experience the same down-home experience you had with the old-timer sitting on the porch in the logo.
But Jay, do you think that's their demographic too? Like it's those people, like, my kids could care less. They're like, what, who cares? But it's like that older generation that, Cracker Barrel this is Cracker Barrel. And that new place with that new logo, that's not a Cracker Barrel.
I
you know what I mean?
I imagine the marketing team is, millennials and zillennials, and they're like, we need to reach a younger audience. Like, let's hip up the logo a little bit. And they crossed a line.
Maybe
It'll
lose
happen
the
to
candy
them.
store. How about
It'll
that?
happen to
Just
your
lose
kids.
the fucking candy store, and you'll get a whole new demographic.
No, your kids, that'll happen to them. There'll be some brand that changes down the road, and they'll go, what? Whatever happened?
I mean, they have
Well,
such
my
short
Gummy Bears
attention
logo.
spans this day and age that it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, but I think with rebrands, you have to be so careful about if your brand is an icon, if it has nostalgia attached to it, and you decide to kill it because it's time to get hip and fresh, like, watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, but I'll give you, so here's an example though. As you know, Eric, the three of us all work in the anime world. And when you're doing an anime and in Japan and they want to reference a restaurant with the golden arches, it's not called McDonald's, it's called Whackdonald's. They just invert the M to make it a W. Because
that's awesome.
Now that escapes any copyright infringement right there, buddy. They can't sue us. But here's the funny thing.
Dr. Peter.
Yeah, that was classic.
The McDonald's, though, instead of raising their ire about it, actually embraced it.
Hell yeah.
And as anime has become more popular, they started putting out their bags with a Whackdonald's on it.
Tight. That's outstanding.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, embrace it, man. That's what people,
for sure.
So people were just buying it. They're like, shit, I want a McDonald's bag, and they probably got it framed somewhere. So Well, I know this. I don't know much about advertising, sirs, but I do know this. The one bit of advertising that is always effortlessly, flawlessly worked on me is the billboard. Does advertising work?
Oh, fuck
It just
off.
did.
and there'll be like 5 of them in a row. It's like, obviously, it's not working, dude.
I tell you, you can't. If you travel down a highway and don't see one of those folks, you are missing out on Americana right there. I mean, fuck Cracker Barrel. That's American. Does advertising work? It just
Why
did.
is that one always? And that one's always super faded.
But
like
and it's multicolored typography on there. Yeah, it's so terrible.
And all kinds of different fonts. Like we can do anything.
Comic Sans.
I've got a list. I've got a computer that has a list of fonts. A list. I could just.
And they always end up on brush pen or Comic Sans.
So while you're
what do you want, Chief? You want me to put a little fade on it? I can do that.
Can we talk about Comic Sans?
Fonts. I totally want to talk about fonts. Yes,
please,
bring it on.
Oh, God.
So
I mean,
let's.
It's just so much can be said visually through whatever font you pick. I mean, seriously, each are designed to it's kind of like a logo. It's designed to evoke, when I'm going scrolling through all my fonts and stuff, when I'm designing something, it's always like, how does this best connect with the message, either the message I'm trying to say, or more importantly, the brand without people, a lot of bigger brands love to use brand standards, and every art director and designer fucking hates those unless they did them. And they're like, you got to stick to those brand standards.
Yeah. Brand Bible.
Here's a 48,000 page book with our brand standards.
God, yeah, it's the worst. But, sometimes you're stuck with those. And we always like, how can we get through it? Because it works better without your brand font, because it creates an emotion, I mean, that's kind of the way typography works for me. Is it's got to be, they're designed for a reason, Yeah. I mean, people are. I mean, not all of them, because you do have Comic Sans, brush pens, zap dingbats, and all that. I mean, those had a reason too.
That's not
because
South
those
American canary yellow.
Please say wingding out loud.
Wingding.
We'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors.
This week's episode is sponsored by Alpha Dog Anime, where we send our favorite otakus and weebs for all things anime. Alpha Dog has a huge selection: posters, decals, and stickers, clothing and accessories, plushies, keychains, and figurines. The doghouse even has custom rugs, all from your favorite anime, including Haikyuu, One Piece, Evangelion, Chainsaw Man, Akame ga Kill, and many more. To check out the full selection and learn about the Alpha Dog convention schedule, visit alphadoganime.com. That's AlphaDAWG anime.com. Alpha Dog Anime. Join the pack.
It's time for more Bottom of the Barrel.
If there was a designer out there that took the time and care to create the negative space and the X heights and do all these, so whether it's the block serif or sans serif or what have you, there's always
the lingo. The lingo is insane.
There's always a visual relation, between letter to letter to letter.
Ligatures and ligatures. That's how they connect together, right?
I do want to jump in to ask about this with the idea of fonts and them establishing a feeling or a sentiment, or at least kind of a foundational connection, which is the only one I know of, and I'm sure you'll have other examples, but Times New Roman was derived from the New York Times newspaper, correct? Mm-hmm. So that is the same font that you'll see in the New York Times. And so when you see something printed in that font, it reminds you of the kind of storied history of the New York Times. It's the old gray lady or whatever they call it. And you're getting, it's business. We're getting down to business, and we're talking about serious stuff, and you need to take this seriously. It's time to put on your academic hat and pay real close attention to what you're reading, because it's a term paper font. It's a thesis font, but leave it out of my fucking advertising.
But if you put Comic Sans,
Jay, to your point, in the corporate world, like when I worked at an oil and gas company that I will not name, that has a really clever
BJ Services.
But it's not even just like their logos and stuff like that. I mean, that obviously had brand standards. You had to use a certain font, but they even wanted you to use certain fonts, like when you're writing an email. Like this is the font we use.
Yeah, it's a culture within the company.
But Jay, I think it's to your point. It's like when you see that font, you know this is who you're dealing with, and really in any capacity it might be, whether it's internal or external.
Based on the name of the font, you know how you're supposed to feel, and you know why it is, because it's connected to something that you're aware of as being serious. But like, are there other fonts that by the name I would know what their history was, and as such, how I'm supposed to feel when I read them?
Oh, Ariel is from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a fish.
Daytona is because of race cars, you know? No, I feel that the names of the fonts are almost like perfume. It's like we're just coming up with a vibe.
Yeah, some of the newer ones are just kind of like that, I think. I mean, newer meaning the last 30, 40 years, like with the advent of computers and the Macintosh, you know, then you got all those emigre fonts were all digital looking fonts and real cool and wacky fonts. And so they had crazy names for their fonts. But, you know, there's like old school stuff that are also named after their designer, like Bodoni is named after the designer.
Okay, but very few people would know that design.
Right, exactly. Right.
I guess most of these fonts you would have to read for a while before you establish a connection with them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But Times New Roman certainly has
font? What's the old Western font?
Which
one?
You know
what I mean? The one that like looks like a wanted poster.
Because I use a million of them. I love designing like
poster font.
Old crap like that. I love designing that stuff. But because there's like Ponderosa, Poplar,
Knott's Berry Farm.
Copper plate.
Copper plates. No, that was like the old when Enron Field had like opened up. A lot of their stuff was in copper plate.
Copper plate. Now it's synonymous.
That's how they
with
made their fortune, was in copper plate.
Hey-o.
Ken Lay.
But no, some of the names
copper plate today.
Some of the names are purely silly, and you have no idea what the hell is going on.
But they also do this. It's like there's some out there, Adorn, which has a real nice flowery ornaments with it, and you know there's certain fonts that they name properly. You know, Beloved has got nice little thicks and thins, or that's a serif single stroke type of font, but it's really nice.
Why is there not a
clean.
Grateful Dead font?
I'm sure there is.
I think they have their own font.
Well, I've seen a font that looks very Grateful Dead-y, but it looks like something that you would see on a Grateful Dead poster, but it's not called Grateful Dead.
Normal users. Is that what the problem is?
Yeah.
Oh, and
they have proprietary ones for
fonts
sure.
out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you go online and get. I want something that's like the font.
Should we come up with a bottom of the barrel font?
Yeah, well,
that's what it's sounding like to me. We need to come up with a bottom of the barrel font.
I paid for that font, so I can say it. It's Brenat. I don't even know if that's how you say it. But speaking of
what?
Wow, way to take all the romance out of it, Kyle. Thanks.
Yeah, sorry.
You found a bottom of the barrel font, and it's called what?
Brenat, Brenat.
Oh no!
What?
You know where
is that the font we use?
Oh,
is that the font?
That's not the one Eric used.
Could you introduce our next guest, please? What's going on?
Okay, John, look at me, breathe. It's time we're going to tell the world that Eric Opella made our logo and what the actual font is. The ones we use in our advertising is Brenat because it's the closest I could get to looking like the one that Eric Opella so wonderfully chose.
Yes.
To put Please, do you know what that font is?
Yeah, it's called Harmon, and let me just find it real quick.
Oh, this is going to be so perfect.
I'm just nerding out on my machine right now.
We might have a different definition of perfect.
Oh,
it is.
Because I haven't told you what makes it perfect yet.
Harmon Sans.
Harmon Sans.
Harman Sans, SANS.
So here's what makes that perfect.
Our business meetings are on Thursday, but our episodes are on Tuesday. That's what we're doing right now. But the time for John to have a vote on what our font is going to be should have happened 3 years ago. That's all.
Well, he fell asleep in that meeting.
Oh, that's right.
So,
some traditions
logo
never die.
The logo you see before you is the barrel with 3 pairs of legs diving in to reach the bottom of the barrel. The legs there, and I guess the barrel came from my father, who he was helping us come up with logo ideas, and so my dad threw that out there, and then I employed the stylings, the delicate touch of Eric Opella. To
and when you say
put
employed,
it all
you
together.
just gave him a bottle of whiskey, right? You didn't actually.
It was something
employ
like that.
him.
Yeah. I think we went and had oysters.
Hands up.
Oh, yes. But I went
Worth its weight
lefty.
in gold.
Yeah, for special occasions. And
he
then
took you
the
on
coup de grace.
50-cent night.
Eric
Yes.
Opella right here is responsible for the pièce de la résistance, the asterisk making up the boop, the booty hole.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle told me that was yours, John.
That's fine. When we're at conventions and we're passing out stickers and we're getting people to try to sign up for our podcast and whatever, I say, hey, check out the logo, and they're like, okay. And I say, you can find us on Spotify and Amazon and all the places. Just make sure you look for the butthole.
Yeah,
And that
it has become
that seems to
the
ring
easiest
true.
way to find us.
Because there's multiple bottom of the barrel podcasts. We're not the only one. We're the best one. We're
Look
the
for the
funniest one.
quality butthole. That's how you know.
Yeah,
That's right.
top notch.
That's how you know you're really at the bottom of the barrel.
But yeah, for everyone listening to this has likely seen the logo. But yeah, as Kyle mentioned, there are 3 sets of legs referencing 3 people diving to the bottom, but only one is facing the camera. And Kyle's
spread eagle.
Kyle dictated to Eric Opella that specifically that was going to be John Swasey.
Correct.
And that's how he knew what size asterisk to pick.
Oh,
Yes.
that was up to Eric.
The other two,
He's the designer
being
here.
Jay and Kyle, without buttholes, are North Korean leaders. So
He didn't let me add some more color to that bunghole.
Yeah. He really, I said we got to keep this within cost range, so 2 colors.
Clients, am I right?
Budgets are budgets, guys. I'm so sorry.
And actually, if I'm not mistaken, we have actually had a conversation about if we need to put our logo in some sort of advertisement, periodical, whatever, we should have an option, sans butthole. Kind of like sans nipples for Starbucks.
For Starbucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like, because we're advertising a lot in Christian magazines and,
are we going to rename our podcast Middle of the Barrel?
No.
Middle of the Barrel? No.
No, I think we need to
we're about to break
gentlemen.
through. That's why we're going to need a butthole-free logo. That's all. That's all he's saying.
Okay, I got you.
Mainstream. Mainstream.
Just
think mainstream.
You don't want to put a censored sign over it?
That would
Censored
actually
by
be better.
FCC chairman.
Just
a big
yeah.
S.
No,
X
that Barbara
Or how about
Streisand's the whole thing. Don't want it.
How about
or we could put a big thing across and just says, Kennedy says you don't need a butthole.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let that just land where it
Thank you.
lands.
You
Good night, everybody.
referenced yourself right into a corner there. I did
Pretty sure the
have-
Kennedys have buttholes.
To your question from earlier, John, about the worst logos, I did select a few choice logos that I'd love to share with the crowd assembled here, so we can discuss them together. But before we do that, Kyle, are there other sort of academic things we should discuss, like color schemes or how color evokes certain
color schemes? And Eric will be able to talk to this the most. I believe we've talked before about how some colors can even be patented and copyrighted, like John Deere. That
the
green and
Tiffany's
yellow,
Robin's egg. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How are you supposed to know that?
Well, people fake it all the time, but
People, it comes close. But
I could never. I'm colorblind. I could never do that job.
No, I'm just saying, like, say you're a graphic designer and you do not know that certain colors are patented or trademarked or service marked or whatever, and so you're just doing your thing and you're going with your gut and you're finding something that works for the client and the brand and the feel of it, and it comes out and you go to print and you get a cease and desist letter, and then what? Like,
then you got to redo it? Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, can you then cheat it? Like, can you then
you can
just change the gradient,
change one number in
like
there,
a notch,
percentages,
just two Pantones, and you're safe.
Right. Well, I mean those, but I think
Look
what
at
they
you
do
and your Pantones.
Yeah, I'm all about PMS color.
Pantalone.
That sounds like
that's
the
what
Kyle
Shakespeare
I know.
wore were Pantones.
For the record, by the way, I looked up. I had to contact Eric Opella for our logo color, and that is the Longhorn Hook'em.
Oh,
that's right.
Right on.
That's right.
Which is not copyrighted. They're happy to let anyone use that.
You can go on their website in their brand marketing section of it. They tell you what Pantone it is.
And they want you.
I will tell you this.
You just can't use their logo.
Just on a side note, if you look at our logo, as I am looking at it right now, the legs of the bodies inverted into the barrel, the outside legs sort of resemble a longhorn.
And my dad is a Longhorn fan and went to UT.
So I'm just
I like
saying,
what you're doing over there, Jay.
How do we invoice UT? Can we send them an invoice?
Well, no,
they owe us.
Well, they don't have it's Pantone, whatever, like say 15, 16 or whatever. It doesn't matter for them. I mean, you can't copyright an already existing Pantone color.
Right.
So you can make your own, and you work with a printer and say, okay, this is the proper formula. To CMYK mix, they'll just throw in 2 extra percentages of yellow or whatever. So it's like, all right, that's my Robin's Egg green.
Kind of like they do at Home Depot.
Exactly.
Right. When you're getting your paints made.
When you're getting your paints made. Yep.
If you throw in 2 more Pantones of yellow.
Very Home Depot orange too. Now that I think about it,
ours is better. For the record, using those Pantone numbers, that is also the color of my front door.
Right on.
I thought you were a PMS guy.
It's called the Pantone matching system.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That is true.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
You think you know
I had this whole other thing in mind.
It's because when you're doing like a 1-color, 2-color job, instead of you can't create your own color with CMYK. Your business has Pantone 200 and 300. So when you go to doesn't matter who's going to design your work, all you got to do is tell the designer you use 200 and 300, and whatever printer they use has the proper formula to print the 200 and the 300. Those specific Pantone chips, they have a formula.
Dude,
they do it at home.
I was just about to say the exact same thing. You were really on the same plane there, Eric. I was about to say that.
I love this. Kyle, our word guy, sees
your
an
KY
acronym,
jelly
doesn't think twice about what it means.
Decades later. I have no idea what acronym. Pums. That's not a word. That's bullcrap.
You've, which is important in advertising.
Pims, isn't that a chocolate?
No, it's an alcohol.
It's an alcohol.
Oh,
look who hasn't been in advertising for very long.
Wow.
So this brings up
he's been in bars a long time.
This brings up a very important question for Eric Opella in the world of graphic design and images. The acronym that's spelled GIF. How's that pronounced?
GIF.
Thank you.
GIF.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What
does it stand for?
Jay, what I'd like to know.
Graphic.
Graphic.
Why? Who in the world have you been around that's like, no, it's GIF, like the peanut butter?
I'm not gonna name them because I don't want them to be murdered in a week. Like other than this, I like these people and I don't want them to get a bunch of hate mail.
But it's a GIF.
They didn't know.
But they insist it's GIF.
It could be GRIF.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have encountered people who insist it's GIF.
Yes. In fact, they asked. Yeah.
They asked the person who came up with it what it is, and he said, it's GIF. It's like, you fucking idiot.
Just to be a dick about it, and now it's made it even worse.
Yeah. A graphic what?
Interface.
Graphic image?
Interface. Graphic Image Limited, like PIL. I'm kidding.
Like PIL,
I forget what the
graphic
PIL, dude.
interface.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. A graphic interface. Fuck off.
KMFDM.
Why did GIFO?
KMFDM. So
Isn't that enough? I mean, isn't that enough?
Yeah.
So I think
NWA.
What's a JPEG?
SWV.
Christ. SVG.
Wow.
SVG. That's a
John.
I don't know what
your
JPEG
pills.
stands
You got
for.
your pills. Your pills down there.
Hey, mister. A JPEG is an image.
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
well
it
done.
is.
Do you use JPEGs at all, Eric?
Yeah, I do. I
believe
use
it's
Okay.
a junior
Okay.
peg.
So, in your face,
gross.
Kyle Jones, he uses
yeah.
junior pegs.
Okay,
please don't.
let's move on. I had
I am not in the Epstein files.
I believe
Hey,
it. I had
I'm Junior Peg. Welcome to Epstein
I had
Island.
prepared a few logos to share with you. I had also asked the other seasoned co-hosts to prepare a few logos. I doubt they did. So I prepared enough
Hell
for
no.
everyone.
Thank you.
If I could call
We've
upon
worked well together for many years.
if I could call upon Super Dave to bring up a few images for us, I have numbered
Oh,
them.
cool.
Um,
Interactive.
But the first one, while he's
Are you
working,
going to describe these, I guess?
I think
for
I
the-
have to. It's
the drivers at
theater
home?
of the mind. The photo attachments I sent Dave are numbered. If you are willing to bring up the first one, this is the logo for the restaurant that I referenced earlier that I went to. Everyone present will be familiar with this restaurant, possibly excepting Eric Opella.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
yes. Was that in
Portillo's hot
Chicago?
dogs.
Was that when we were in
Yes.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Was that the one here?
There are, of course, Portillo's in Houston now. They are
Yeah.
expanding. And
So
I have
describe
never,
that, Jay.
I have never seen the logo that features their mascot, but that is their mascot. His name is Pokey. He was a real live dachshund that belonged to the founder of Portillo's, Dick Portillo. True name, true story. And so I saw this logo while dining
Dick's
out
Dogs.
in the Houston area, and it was my son who pointed out, like, why does that dog have a razor sharp tongue?
No shit. That's what I was looking at.
That is the weirdest
What
part.
the hell?
Other than, beside the fact that
I-
we're going
I
to
gotta-
eat an actual dog.
Can you put?
That's
can you pop
exactly
the,
what I was thinking. It's like, why is there a dog representing a hot dog place? Because
I mean, for
it makes it
obvious
look. I mean,
reasons,
we
but-
don't want to know what's in a hot dog anyway. But now I feel like it's actual
Lips,
dog.
hooves, and ass.
And it's a
Yeah.
and it's a long hair dog. It's not even a smooth Dotson.
No. Yeah.
A Datsun? It's not even a car.
Yeah.
People
It's a
don't.
Nissan.
I don't think anyone remembers those. My sister had a Dotson.
So for our listeners at home, the Portillo's logo that I found features a dachshund, a happy dachshund, facing left. We're looking at a full side view. On his back is balanced the letters that spell out Portillo's. On his body looks like maybe a bun or a doggy sweater. It's not
Yeah,
sure.
that says hot dog.
That says hot dog.
but the tongue is
sweater.
weird. The tongue's the weird
Every
part.
hot dog comes in
Yeah.
a doggy sweater,
You can
knitted by Maddie Portillo herself.
You could tell.
so-
You can tell the dog is happy because he's quote smiling and his tongue is sticking out and it's
Tail.
razor sharp. His tongue. There appears to be some motion marks.
Yeah, tail wagging
and
line.
his eyes, he
they're
looks like he's
vacant.
blind.
Yes, they're
It's
vacant.
like there's
Yeah.
no pupil.
pupils.
Right, just
He's-
these two holes.
He's either
I think
he's
it's a
either got
fucking
he's
satanic
either
dog.
got glaucoma or they're just cold dead eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
It's
okay,
like a killer
glaucoma.
dog because of the
Glaucoma I
pointed
could
tongue.
understand.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
feel
hey,
like
and
I feel like they spent the money on the red to say hot dogs and go, well, I already spent the 50 extra bucks on the red ink. We got to use it somewhere. And so they put it on the tongue.
But why shape?
I
I,
think
don't
they-
know. Just why shape the tongue like that? It doesn't make
I
any
think
no,
they
I
spent the
don't know.
majority
It
of their
doesn't
money
make a
on the
lick
little
of
registered
sense.
trademark down at the bottom.
Oh,
Thanks.
Wow.
Um,
wow.
Yeah,
So-
Next. What else we got?
No. Real quick.
Oh.
Quick. If you'll go back
Oh,
Dave,
sorry.
for 10 more seconds. The story of the logo this is a real dachshund named Pokey. One afternoon, as Pokey wagged her tail and let her tongue hang out in pure joy, Dick had a revelation. He saw in Pokey's spirited demeanor the perfect embodiment of the Portillo's brand. With a pencil and a spark of creativity, he sketched an illustration of Pokey and added the name Portillo's above it. So it was Dick Portillo, not a graphic designer, who designed the logo, which survives today, which brings up the idea of, when is it time for a rebrand?
Like, when does hire
you
a
go to an actual advertising
5 years ago?
Good God!
You remember the great advertising show Mad Men, right? I mean, I'm sure you all have seen it.
Oh yeah.
There's a what I think is a very classic scene where Don gets a phone call to go visit Connie Hilton of Hilton Hotels, the founder of Hilton Hotels. And he goes in his hotel room at the suite at the Plaza. He's like, I'd like you to take a look at these little sketches I came up with, these ideas for thing. And it's like a cute little mouse. And it's like, come to Hilton. And like kind of a Mickey Mouse thing, right? It's like a cute little mouse.
I can see the problem
already. The first words out of Don's mouth is, he goes, well, I don't think people want to associate being in a hotel with mice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought,
Brilliant.
that to me, that was fucking brilliant. It's like, and it's the same kind of thing with
pizza,
this. It's like,
you do want a rat.
You want a rat, you bet. But I don't.
He knows the best cheese.
Pizza rat.
I don't want a Portillo's. Is it Portillo's or Portillo's?
Excellent question. In Chicago, where they are founded, it's Portillo's. But now that they're expanding into Texas, I'm sure they already know that it's going to be pronounced Portillo's by everyone, just like the Chevy Nova or whatever that classic story is.
And that's
Spelled with
hilarious.
two
No
L's.
go.
No, it's not spelled.
Yes. Chevrolet.
No, sir, it is not.
No, sir.
Okay, so
All right,
we can move on. The next one is another rebrand, kind of like the Gap you guys were talking about, where they decided to rebrand the Gap. Dave, if you're willing to bring up number 2, this is a classic car brand. Legendary British car manufacturer.
Folks, while they're bringing it up, you're going to definitely want to get onto the Patreon so you can check out our videos here.
So, for those at home, above is the logo that's been around for the last decade or more. It's the classic Jaguar font with the gorgeous sort of minimalistic Jaguar pointing left, leaping toward the left. And then at the bottom is the new typeset logo that was introduced 2 years ago, 2024. Eric, I saw immediately had a reaction. Eric,
he retched.
Eric ran to the bathroom. He'll be back in a second to deliver his.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, oh god damn!
I would have gone the other way. Maybe you cool up the actual Jaguar and
because
Jaguar
that
get rid of the word
on the bottom looks like it's the Gap now. Like
it's like a kid did it. I mean, it's all lowercase except for the G.
All lowercase. Yeah, the J
except
and
for the G
and maybe the
except
U. But
the U could be uppercase and the J could be uppercase.
They're mixing font cases, which you never do.
Boo! Well, it happens. 7-Eleven does
seemed like, hey, we have this fun idea. It kind of can be, symmetrical with
kids.
if we just flip the J and make it an R, it could be cool,
right?
It's still like
with the AA.
It's
right.
dumb.
So I wish if they had a backwards A, that would have been better.
It doesn't.
Like the last
feel like
the last A is backwards.
Right.
Here's a
fashion
question for you. Here's a question about
logo.
brand recognition and whatever. So Jay, you said it's a Jaguar, but in Europe you would have said Jaguar.
Correct.
Well, it's a good thing we're not in Europe. Shit.
I would have gone to the sauna in my Jaguar.
Sauna. But my question is that so? If it's it comes from Britain, right? Jaguar comes from Britain. If it's pronounced Jaguar, why do they even accept? We say Jaguar.
That's
because
Jaguar
you
is
don't
actually not even
alienate
from
your
Britain.
audience.
That's a bigger conversation.
Jaguars are from South America. The cat, the actual cat, is a South American cat.
Now you're just
making shit up.
But I think it's also
I'm not. Mel Gibson taught me this.
And now a very special part of our episode: lessons from Mel Gibson with John Swasey.
Anti-Semite car Jaguar. No,
2 days ago I saw a rig that could hold that tanker.
I'm curious. It's like, is that just a regional? Like, we're Americans, so we call it Jaguar, and everyone's fine with that. We're all comfortable with that.
Why would they?
They might not be fine with it, but they're probably just so tired of Americans at this point. They're like, "Fuck it,
Jaguar."
Yeah, Jaguar. If you buy it, call it whatever you want, dude.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I think
as long as you just spent if you're money
an
on
international company and going into new market where they're like, just so you know, when we arrive, they're going to want to call it XYZ and so, and you're like, okay, whatever makes them happy, and happiness equals sales. Like, sure.
So if somebody wants to call us like in the Philippines, they want to call us like Batam of the Baral, you'd be fine with that?
Would I be fine with that?
If the clicks are coming,
gobs of money.
That would mean we have a listener in the Philippines. So yes.
It's all about the green. It's all about the green.
I understand. All right. Thank you.
And so when the children start buying Jaguars, because this new logo looks like it's some sort
Daddy, I want a Jaguar.
Daddy.
Daddy.
All right.
Daddy.
I think we can move on. I have
Jaguar.
another one. This is fairly famous. Fitness logo, a fitness brand that you all will recognize.
Oh yeah.
Do you have
thumbs up, dog?
That's like an 80s and 90s logo.
Here's the thing. So I don't know. Are they trying to tell you that you're a gear and it's okay to be a gear?
What does being a gear mean?
I know.
I don't know.
If you're a gear, you're in shape.
Thumbs up means positive, right? I guess. Have a good feeling about us. Yeah.
Is it
have a good feeling about big knobby tires?
Or the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Says,
maybe it's because they flip the tires. You know how they do that in the workout place? They flip the big tires.
That's a weird looking tread. Like that does look like a cog from an engine, and I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
I'm trying to figure out why
where's the planet?
Right.
There's got a big word planet there and a circle, and there's no planet.
Yeah,
and no fitness.
The purple circle, that thumb looks pretty fit to me. So yeah, for our listeners at home, there's
lots of thumb war.
There's a very grainy yellow hand giving a thumbs up signal, pushing through a cog or a gear, and a purple circle, and the can you identify that font type, Eric Opella?
Yes, looks like Rockwell.
It's
Sam Rockwell.
And this is so far from a Norman Rockwell painting, I don't even know what to say. But to me, the purple, and I would say it hues green. I get an Incredible Hulk out of the purple and
it's a chartreuse.
The hand.
It's a chartreuse.
Yeah. Let's be reasonable, Kyle. It's a chartreuse.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I'll bow out. John, please continue.
Kyle,
South American Canary Yellow.
Kyle hasn't been to enough fancy bars where they serve chartreuse.
Hey, Jay.
Yes.
There's probably a font called chartreuse.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is.
I hope so. This is when you're visiting Austin, Texas. If you go to a souvenir shop, you might find a swag bag that looks like this. This is available at the Austin airport in a gift shop. For the listeners at home, there's a circle at the top, looks like a sunrise or a sunset, and then in big kind of mystery van Scooby-Doo letters.
Dazed and Confused letters.
Yeah. Some hippie shit. It says Austin in all caps, big bubble hippie letters. And then it says, it's Texas-like, cool, 1839 that.
It's so...
keep Austin weird, man. It's all like
it's cool like that is what the wow.
Yeah. Austin, Texas, 1839, presumably its foundational date. It's cool like that. But yeah, the way they have aligned.
It's not arranged in a way
It's not arranged in a way you would read it. So it does look like Austin, it's Texas-like, in kind of Texas-y. And then a British person, a British tourist walks in and says, cool that.
1839.
1839.
1839.
1839. Cool that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, they did kind of lump typography together. Like the Texas in 1839 is the same font roughly, and it's cool. It's are both the same, swaps or serif type font, and then they went sans serif with cool that. But I mean, I get the vibe of it. Because
it does look Austin if you blur your eyes.
That and keep Austin weird, and all this kind of stuff like this Austin typography that is like Armadillo World Headquarters, which is kind of the reason why Austin is so weird is because, Willie Nelson, like the country mixed with the rock, mixed with the punk scene back then.
I would also put forth, I think, Kyle, you brought it up earlier, Dazed and Confused has something to do with that. I think it's a groovy thing.
Yeah, it looks
is a pretty
in that
Linklater is pretty well associated with Austin.
But Jay, to your point, and this I think would Eric could answer this the best.
God, no one knows my fucking name here.
Wow, starts. It's John's fault. The difference between
Kyle, who's your friend?
He's
we
not
have
here.
A fourth tonight. That's neat. How fun.
So
the threesome turned into a foursome.
Difference between design and art direction.
Right.
And I think this kind of gets into that. To where the design looks cool, but it's not art directed in a way where you can read the shit. As
what is the difference between art?
That is Eric Opella.
The art direction is basically taking a brand in a direction you want it to look like, and the design part kind of executes that art direction.
So the art direction is literally, the art direction is the art version of the message we want to get out.
Right. And you kind of create
the copy that Kyle would write.
And
but we had
lots simplest terms, that's kind of what a difference is.
Well, I'm a simple man, Eric.
Right.
I think we've established
when you take there's that classic Z formation that in English speaking world, your eye wants to go from top left to the right, down through the bottom left, and then over to the right again. It makes a big Z. A Z formation, 3 snaps in a Z formation. And
so
part of
that cool.
And so your eye wants to do that naturally. And so, it's going to fuck it all up. So you have to be clever about how you
fuck it up.
Do that. And I was always fascinated by how Eric would, especially if I was writing some a more long-winded headline.
Fuck all his words up.
He did it great.
So hang on. How does this read then, Kyle? Because now I'm trying to go, Austin, it's Texas like cool 1839 that.
Welcome to the chat, John.
Right. Yeah. that is what
you weren't going to leave until after we discussed.
You had to go make a drink.
Well, but I've got a brand new drink.
But yes, therein lies the problem. And Eric was always great at making my words tell the story in a compelling way where it leads your eye to the important words, and it's an art form watching that happen.
Well, and even with something like we had like super heavy brand standards with IKEA when we worked on IKEA, and there was they used Verdana for their type, which is like one of your most basic computer fonts. Super basic. And, this had to be here. This kind of had to work in ways which, you could use Kyle's
we got
words.
2 colors.
We had 2 colors, yeah. Blue and yellow. And, but they also had the brand, not the idea, but their quirkiness, which Kyle wrote to perfectly, but you can also design words, You can make them large, like
totally.
to bring emphasis or spread, space them out, turn them out, to create a certain delicateness of it, or use a light versus a bold. There's that. It's all that kind of stuff.
You can make you read it.
Right. You can read it, but it still stays within brand standards, and it still kicks ass because it's got great words.
He can art direct the pace you read the words. Love that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
So art direct me how this is read. This Austin.
Austin, Texas, 1839. It's cool like that.
That's what we wanted to do.
Okay. That's okay. I can see that now.
Thanks for your direction, Eric. So to harken back though, the difference between a designer and an art
they
director.
should sell every bag with, by the way, if you don't understand this logo, call this number.
Yeah.
We'll explain it to you.
Patreon folks only will get Eric Opella's personal phone number.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, dude. No one's calling.
Don't worry, no one calls.
It's
Thank God.
Alrighty, time for a break. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Sponsor? We have a sponsor? This ought to be good.
Come on down to Uncle Stubby's Liquor Ammo and Tackle, where you got everything you need for your next big fishing, drinking, shooting weekend. We got tall boys, jig baits, and all the points. We got beef jerky, jello shots, and live worms. We got propane, taco salad, and monkeys for the kids. If you can't find what you need at Uncle Stubby's Liquor Ammo and Tackle, then you ain't at Uncle Stubby's Liquor Ammo and Tackle. We're located off FM 1066, just past the Throckmorton Memorial Landfill. Uncle Stubby's, we're gonna save you money. Hablamos español.
All right, we are back. Let's see if Kyle has something clever to say for once. There's something about all this discussion that also has to do with looking at art in the abstract, which is, at some level, art is something that makes you feel a certain way. But when you're in advertising, the image you're seeing needs to say something specific. And so, like, the designer who came up with this was like, feels cool, right? Like there's a good vibe to this. And the art director's like, you bet there is. It makes you feel cool and hippie and weird, which is what we like for Austin, but it doesn't say a goddamn thing. So and
it doesn't really need to. But it doesn't really need to. You get it just from the shape, basically the circle part of the logo, and Austin in that typography and the sunshine, and that's really all you really
but it's
need
also
to care
very
about.
confusing because in 1839, Texas or Austin was not fucking cool at all. Physically, it was hot as shit. And second, there was like gunfights and ne'er-do-wells and Roy Bean just out west and all kinds of shit going on. It wasn't cool. You know what I mean? Do people go, man, I wish Austin were like it was in 1839. Damn, that was when it was really cool.
I can't argue this point.
That is
more to a logo.
I can argue. I can argue. I'd be
to me, the difference is this is just a handbag selling Austin.
So you're saying the people they're like, and this one is just going on the handbag, right? This is not universal. This is just the handbags.
This is Vibe Austin, whereas
and not even a handbag. This is the tote bag.
Portillo's is selling hot dogs. This is just Vibe in your city,
right?
Like the purpose of the mark is different, so it has different rules.
So, which is
back to Portillo's. It's just a satanic hot dog.
But the logo is then the logo though. Unlike the different kinds of advertising, Kyle. Like, is it a feel good spot to give you a vibe of what the company or the product is about, or is it an actual a call to action to draw you in to do something or to come buy something? But this is what you're saying. The logo is really just for the vibe. It's to give you that.
To me,
feeling.
this looks like a T-shirt design.
Right. That's what I was about to say. This isn't really the Austin logo. This is just a cool design that someone put on just a handbag.
Right.
And it's not the Austin logo. I don't know what it is.
This did not go through all the boardrooms of people poking holes in it.
Probably, this is just...
and nobody's suing going, hey, you stole our logo. This is somebody just came up with this and put it on a fucking tote.
Yeah, very few boardrooms saw this.
Yeah, this is totally hand drawn.
Fair enough. Then I have this was the last of the actual logos I wanted you to see, but the final image I'd like you to see is just for funsies. This is kind of a secondary graphic design for a well-known brand. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't the color.
I've seen it.
The color and the animal might make you come up with the.
You can get chicken late is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Or bananas.
So if
one banana,
if the chicken and the orange color didn't give it away, this is at Popeyes. And so
I thought those were all a bunch of little buttholes.
As you drive through,
some more sphinctered than others.
As you drive through the drive-through, you will see
clenching varies.
You will see this window decal on your way out, which I just liked a lot because of what it says. Just the message it gives.
Yes, you're right. I just read the words, and that doesn't make any sense.
Kyle couldn't get off the buttholes everywhere.
Oh my God.
We have a closing time, but it's kind of up to you. Like, I don't know. We don't care. It doesn't, I mean, I don't know. You decide.
It's arbitrary.
Did you say these words out loud? Did I totally miss that?
Oh yeah, no, I did not, and I should for the audience, our listener at home. This is a poster on a window at a local Popeyes Chicken that shows a clear nighttime sky with either a moon or a banana.
You call that clear?
Yeah, no, it's clearly.
That looks like.
It's clearly a nighttime sky.
There's
a huge nebula in a very cloudy nebula that you're seeing in the night sky, but there are stars and or buttholes and a moon, crescent moon and or a banana and a big.
Well, it's a cock surrounded by buttholes.
And dude, that is the weirdest. That is the weirdest looking chicken I've ever seen, man. What is that tail?
That's their logo.
And it's got one leg.
There's a big old chicken, and it says "Open till 11 p.m." or later.
And the or
open
later
till 11 p.m. Open till 11 p.m. looks very official.
No pun intended.
Open till 11 p.m. But then you have the or later in kind of a cursive, cockeyed. It's a little slanted, like
you said
kind of an afterthought, like or later.
The cock has an eye too.
So first off, there's no rules in that. If we're open to 11 or maybe not, we may be open till 12, maybe
open till 11:05.
Yeah, but you drive up at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're not open. They're like, you told me or later. What the fuck?
And I'm throwing, I tell you, I'm throwing a fucking brick through the window if they're not open at 2
And I'm going to get whatever chicken is left out.
Yeah, because they leave it out.
Check out the work on the ligatures on or later.
I don't know what a ligature is.
Yeah,
but
that's a script font with poor kerning.
Oh, okay.
Kerning.
I thought I was going to learn a word. Kerning brings the letters together.
Is it too far apart or too close?
The
R is
set
off.
But also
the first first R is connected to the O, but the second R is not connected to the E. That's messed up.
Right.
And the A going into the T is almost disconnected. But
and the L,
you can't squish it.
L comes from nowhere.
It's a little off. Yeah.
The L looks like a letter that wasn't formally formulated.
What is
completely formulated?
Eric, what do they want? What do they
just not kids sex change or kids exchange? Kerning matters.
Yeah, that's kinning right there.
You know what? Really, you know what it says. You know what it says. Here's what I'm seeing. Tell me you don't see this now. Open till 11 p.m. or eater.
I see it. I can see it. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
That happens.
Validation
from time to time.
right there from our guest.
You're lucky.
Well, pretty good. I feel good now.
Eric,
I'll write you a letter of apology.
What is the rather
or eater
decisive change of font supposed to say to the reader?
It's just more casual. You put it in that little slant, and then you put it in a script.
It's like it's being whispered.
Yeah, or later, maybe.
Jay is kind of like one of those, like, or later.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you want.
But
so this is one.
If you guys are up for it.
The big bold all caps is like to the general public, but for you, my friend, Or
Hey,
later.
I can see that.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But this is one where after working advertising for as long as Eric and I have done, he still does more than I do, but where you can kind of read the brief backwards from the end product. This is them saying, hey man, they probably raised their normal week up till 11. Weekends they were always open till midnight or 2 or whatever the hell. But we're going to bring up from 10 to 11 during the week.
Yeah, there's that birdseed copy down at the bottom.
And somebody said, okay, we'll just make a sign that says open till 11. And then another guy in the boardroom said, yeah, but we're still open till 2 on the weekends.
Right.
And so change the brief.
Or they just called legal and said, here's the legal thing at the bottom, which is that little mouse type at the bottom that says later on weekends.
Right. Or it could be they were actually right next to a house of pancakes is open 24 hours they have to compete with. Or
this is just that location.
And just go, God, we got to go after
this is a
those drunk
location,
people.
the franchise-specific
franchisee, really went out on a limb here.
That actually, that brings up a good question. So you've got your your national brands and stuff like that. Jay, I think you'll agree. Are there specific locations that can alter the logos a little bit or alter
we have a story about that.
I think IKEA was that way for you.
It was. Yes, exactly.
We had a TV campaign for, we worked on IKEA.
Houston. Because that was part of the logo. We had Houston under the logo because it was I think it was the last U.S. franchise.
Just for
IKEA
those listening
store.
at home, the good news is we can talk about this. They can talk about this because they no longer work on it, so they can't get fired. So they're not.
And I don't think anyone that we work
shed any true light.
Still working in any of those current positions, but nonetheless, we
or are alive
anymore.
Even safer.
IKEA took them all out.
Yes.
Look out.
And that's why we know we're completely safe.
They got lost in the
furniture.
maze, if you will, of IKEA.
Yes, well done.
But no, we did a campaign. It was super fun. We filmed a soap opera within the store itself and had some super fun with it. They even had their own Facebook pages and argued with one another online. And a supporting campaign that went all along with it.
Oh, yeah.
But once corporate, the New York with Hub found out about that we were going rogue, they put a quick stop to it, that we had gone off script from what they wanted.
Their whole thing was like, there's not enough product, and all we did was put product and price tags over this.
We loaded it with
these ads.
I think they were just butthurt that
they didn't come up with that.
That we went on that kind of went crazy.
Yeah.
But if
you let them get away with this, they're going to make you successful in all your markets.
We can't let some little piece of shit.
You can't let that happen.
We're the
mothership agency.
Wow. Exactly.
So that sucked.
So did the campaign not see
disappeared
air? Or it just made it to Facebook and then got killed?
It barely got out there and then it was gone.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Dave, thank you. I was just about to
copies of
suggest you do that.
Oh, wow.
Look at John.
Sorry.
For those of you driving home.
I was looking at that damn chicken,
Dave
too. I was looking at that chicken and all the buttholes too long, man.
I see.
John has a vision like an artistic director, and he communicates it well, timely, in a timely way.
From now on, every logo John comes up with will include ... A
butthole.
Gosh, I hope so.
Please, Shay.
Yeah, I think.
Do you have something else?
I don't. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, I have something to close with. If we're ready to start,
we might be
heading to the finish line here, because we have.
I'm out of cocktails.
Okay, understood.
Oh, well, you could do what I did and just go make another one.
The guest can't leave the show.
Yeah, he'll be
That'd
fine.
be rude.
So,
Wow.
guys,
You've never done our
out,
podcast before.
And I won't do it again.
Yeah, obviously.
For good reason.
We have succeeded, everyone.
Click.
Well, I will say we have neglected to include Eric Opella in something very important. As you guys know, we have worked in anime for quite some time. John Swasey probably has the most titles, most characters of many anime characters of actors all over the place. Jay, massive collection of characters. We've been doing this since early 2000s, John even into the late 90s. But Eric Opella is a voice actor as well in anime. In fact, he was in perhaps the greatest anime of all time. It's 2004's
You're talking about
masterpiece.
Papua Island?
That's the one.
Well, that's a great anime.
2004 Papua. He plays the character Tano, which is a fish that wears fishnet hose. And
What of a kind?
And we're talking
Which was no stretch for Eric. I mean, he's in advertising. He dressed up as a woman.
wearing them right now.
That's how you got into the advertising business, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the main reason
I've seen bosom buddies.
to go to get a cocktail. I'm wearing no pants.
You are hired, sir. Welcome to the agency.
Hey.
So, we're talking a show with absolute legends. Monica Rial. These are anime royalty. Monica Rial, Lucy Christian, Jason Douglas, Karbowski, Laskowski, Andrew Love, Blake Shepard, Mungo McFarlane, these two assholes here. But shining above them all is Tano, because at the beginning of every single episode, all 26, neither of which any of those people can say, Eric Opella has the opening line. And
which is?
I don't remember it.
Okay, I'm going to do my best impression. Okay, here is the beginning of every single episode of Papua from 2004. Don't sit too close to the TV, you guys.
Eric, now that you know the line, do you remember that?
I do. God.
Could you just indulge us this one time?
Well, welcome to every weekend.
We promise not to give out your cell number and let people call you, because you could put this on Cameo. You could put this on Cameo, dude, to make a fortune if you clean it up, buddy.
Don't sit too close to the TV.
Don't sit close to the TV, you guys. And sometimes you just, what's wrong with a few extra S's?
Now, let me ask you this, Eric.
Yes.
What font would you use for that phrase?
What's
if
the
you were
Tano
putting
font?
that in Tano font?
Wow.
I might go.
Oh man, I think I've stumped our guest.
I might do a custom designed font, like homemade lettering, homo-made lettering.
Hey,
wow. So and real quick,
but
going back to the whole
to
font
John's
thing.
question, if you were on an extreme budget and you had to pick an existing font, what's the gayest one available?
Or fishiest one? Who says this?
Opella font?
Good Lord, I don't know.
The scaliest font there is?
Well,
have you ever designed your own font, though?
No, but I have hand lettered posters and stuff like that.
They made us hand letter our ads
because it's so. It's so hard to do a font, because then you have to make.
If I'm hearing you correctly, Eric, I'm sorry. If I'm hearing you correctly, if I got really drunk and then scribbled something down and just went, I just made my own font, could I do that?
Well, you could
do that. Yes.
You'd have to get really drunk.
Just described.
Number one.
But then you'd have to make every character upper, lower, glyphs, numbers, all kinds of different things to it.
Zero continuity to it all. Just
Yeah, there's a font called Ransom Note.
Nope, that's true. And there are people whose handwriting
Eric,
has become
when you were in
Right.
high school and you were producing a zine, what lettering did you use as the headline? Like, what font is that most like?
Helvetica, probably.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Helvetica, yeah.
I mean, that was 1986, 87. So yeah, I mean, we didn't even have computers, so you're just kind of setting type and sending it off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how it started.
Printing.
Like
the printing, setting up
in the zine industry. I knew
Jay,
it.
So in your industry, Jay, in the PR world, do you run across things like we've got to use this font, we've got to use this kind of thing, or is it
no,
not with PR?
Yeah, our deal is
how
like,
loud can I speak the word?
Maybe you should change the game.
We're hoping to get published in whatever XYZ publication we're targeting. So, like, we want to.
Are you told to use a font though?
Not at
Are you
all.
like, hey, if you're going to put this out on us, you got to use this font?
No, they will take my words and print them in whatever jolly well font they like. So.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's no sense in which
that.
I'm like, this is really going to be impactful if you'll use Comic Sans. Would you? No,
I would never.
Does
advertising work?
It just did.
It just did.
With that, like, how can you tie it up any better than that? It just did. I think we've come to a close. I think we've reached the bottom. Gentlemen, unless you would argue, I think
John agrees.
We're at the bottom, all right.
Okay.
Look at Eric. He's totally at the bottom.
That's
nothing left, my friend.
I can't even find mine, so let's just say that's the end.
Good night. Gentlemen, thank you. Eric Opella. What
of course.
a treat.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being along. We have learned a lot. John will forget all of it. I will remember a lot of it. And Kyle might remember some of it.
I will just make up stuff.
We can always go back to the recording to
were we recording?
Oh,
shoot. I forgot to push record.
Probably. Likely. Very likely. So we got that going for us. Dave, thank you. Dave.
Yes. Thank you, Dave. Thank you,
John,
Eric, my
Kyle,
good buddy.
Eric.
Thank you, Kyle.
Everybody.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, so Eric, without giving too much information, although you'll be gone before anybody listens to it, where are you coming from? Where are you hailing right now?
Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm in Indian Beach, Galveston, Texas.
Oh, nice.
And what were you drinking this evening?
Red wine.
Red wine. I had a Redemption Straight Bourbon.
Nice.
Jay?
Well, this would be my
Can I take a
sixth day
guess?
in a row,
You were drinking-
so I'm going a little slower.
That's all right. It's okay. You're on vacation.
Are you moving on to tequila tonight? Jay was having Canadian Mist.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Canadian tequila mist. And I was drinking Jameson's.
I'm glad we got that cleared up. Great night, fellows. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Always.
Delightful.
Appreciate it.
For now, good night.
Thanks.
Yes.
Cheers,
Thanks for
everybody.
hanging.
Adios, amigos.
Well, we did it. We finally hit bottom. I knew we would. Thanks, everybody. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Special thanks go out to our audio production guru, Dave Lasco, our beloved manager and punching bag, Olivia Swasey, and Jonathan Benjamin. Take care. The bottom's where we always end up when we run out of things to say. The barrel is deep, but you can be sure we'll make it down all the way. We'll discuss anything you like, as long as we got whiskey on our side. The bottom's where we're gonna end up, so might as well enjoy the ride. Yes, sir, might as well enjoy the ride.